It's Final Friday.
Your first pick is in the category someone super talented who's still under the radar, and you said Tefi Pessoa, who's on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at Hello Tefi, and that's spelled Hello Tefi. I especially like Tefi's Twitter bio, where she lists her interests as pop culture, astrology, self-love, and how much we hate your ex. So, explain what Tefi does and why you like her videos.
I was introduced to Tefi via my wife because she was watching her on when she had a YouTube show, which I think is sort of on pause at the moment. And I, my wife watches all kinds of YouTube creators and stuff that I don't even. I spend about 2 minutes on YouTube a week, if that, unless it's like a John Oliver clip or something. So I'm not really in that world, but she has. She was watching all this, and then that one kind of caught I was listening like, oh, she's pretty funny. And then I ended up like watching it religiously, and it's like sometimes half-hour shows. And then, those stopped for a while. Then I noticed she got on TikTok, and it was it was a seamless transition. TikTok fits perfectly what she does, which is essentially like really in-depth gossip on any celebrity or any celebrity couple.
I'm having a mental breakdown. I was like, okay, I want to talk about how Paris Hilton allegedly dated Benji Madden. And if you are into pop culture, you know how that's fucking weird, okay, with Nicole and Joel. And anyway, I was looking at people that Paris Hilton has dated, and I put myself in a internet hole. And there are so many people that I did not know she allegedly dated. And Paris, if you see this, more power to you. Get it how you can while you can.
As I'm saying that, I recognize there are people like me who are like, I don't care about that. I don't care about it either, but it's just the way she describes it. The way she goes in depth on these is so funny. It's just that funny friend you have at a bar. That's what it feels like. And so she's just so charismatic in that way and so engaging. And she's really responsive and fun. So I think there's something about what I like about TikTok, which she definitely has as well, is she just feels very authentic. So that's one of my favorite follows in general on basically every app at this point.
Yeah, I watched one of her recent TikTok videos where it's her reacting to the rumor that David Schwimmer and Jennifer Aniston are dating in real life. And she's on the verge of tears, just processing the possibility that might be happening.
It's so funny. Yeah, and it's just a window into, again, a world that I'm not always in, but like I don't know, her passion. It's just, you just feel it, and it's funny, and you can tell that she's ad-libbing every other sentence, and that just adds a lot to it. It's fun.
Yeah, and then recently it looks like she's been doing a lot of like pop culture histories, like celebrities who've been feuding, or her most recent one is about Princess Diana and Prince Charles. I don't know, have you really gotten into any of those, and any highlights from what she's been posting recently that you like?
Yeah, I think the best ones is when she's clearly she'll like be reacting to someone having commented. So she'll do like the reply comment TikTok, which is basically you see. And so like I think someone had asked about Jennifer and Ben Affleck, and it was just so the way she went into it, like she was telling you, I don't know, like a much more something that was not that this isn't important to some people, but like it was the most like 1776. Like she was just going like at this piece of history, and it was like a 5-part TikTok, and each of them were 3 minutes long, and I like drank all that up. I thought it was so funny because she was just so excited about it, and I keep talking about it, but like once you see it, you get it. The excitement is palpable.
So now I should ask: are you and your wife into as into astrology as Tefi is?
Not at all. In fact, I try to be very kind about it, but I don't really believe in it. But I like how she talks about it, and that's my middle ground. Is like, you can have your own astrology world, and that's great. And I don't necessarily subscribe to it, but the way she talks about it is so interesting to me and so fun.
Yeah, she started off the Princess Di like series of TikToks that she made by saying, okay, I'm going to start by talking about their signs. If you don't believe in astrology, that's fine. You don't believe in science, whatever. She's very out and proud about it all. It's
so good. She'll always do that where she like sort of backhand like compliments or whatever. Like she just kind of throws it at you like as if, okay, you're wrong, but it's fine, you sweet little, child. And I do love that. And like, I think there's something about that where the way she does it, and probably a lot of people talk about astrology. It's the same way that like growing up, I would talk about Hogwarts houses or something and apply people to those. So like I get the sort of excitement and like how it's all connected. That's fun. And I think she does that in a very engaging way.
There's often these people trying to make like generation warfare happen, where it's like Gen Z is dissing millennials for always talking about their Hogwarts houses. But I'm like, A, that's hilarious, and B, yeah, we do that. We really did that a lot, so that's fair.
Yeah, and like again, my view of astrology is like I don't necessarily believe it, but I like that it helps you identify who you are, maybe, and I think that's what Hogwarts houses did for me. That's my version of astrology. It was like, oh well, I used to think I was a Gryffindor, but I realized I'm a Hufflepuff because I'm not like anyone else, and you can't put me in a box. Like I had that whole, the way I'm talking about it sounds exactly like how I think other people talk about astrology.
I think all people trend towards Hufflepuff as they get older. They just realize, like, hey, maybe being brave or clever isn't actually the most important thing. Maybe being kind is fine.
That's exactly right. When I was 10, I was like, I'm brave like Harry. And then I was like, it doesn't really matter. Like, there's other things I value more.
Well, that was Tefi Pessoa, who's on TikTok at Hello Tefi.